Hey guys, you're listening to the Driven Nutrition Podcast.
If you're not following these steps as a business owner, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to help your community.
It's about more than that. It's about me wanting to take my box to the next level.
Welcome to the Beyond Driven podcast from Driven Nutrition, where we talk about everything beyond supplements, exercising fast, and life in general. Pretty much anything that comes to mind.
For more information about Driven Nutrition, head over to www.drivennutrition.com.
On today's call, I had the opportunity to sit down with Angelo Sisco of O'Hare CrossFit. We did a deep dive in how affiliates can use ManyChat and Facebook Messenger to help bring more leads and how they can kind of control and direct the conversation, and the importance of really diving into understanding how that can be used for your gym. Give it a listen. Let us know what you think. So let's jump right into it. This is Jason Rule with Driven Nutrition on the phone with Angelo Sisco, CrossFit O'Hare, and we're going to try to flesh out some ideas on how to use ManyChat, which is messenger marketing, for lack of a better term, which is kind of the term that's actually been phrased on how to communicate and how to use a bot. Susie from O'Hare reached out last week about bots, and she had interacted with ours a little bit, so I'm excited for this call to see how you envision using it, and maybe how, implementing some of the things that we've done, but also finding things that we haven't done that may be beneficial to us as well as to other affiliates out there. So what do you know so far about bots, Angelo?
I really don't know much. I've seen a couple things out there for it. The biggest reason it kind of caught my eye is one day I purchased something on a website, and I got a notification and all the tracking stuff via Messenger, and I just thought that was like very cool. And if we're able to even get people to the website, or even do commerce through Facebook and even have those conversations, I really feel like it's just one step closer to reaching the client without having to go through this.
Perfect. And so the app you're talking about is Shopify has it integrated, already built into their shopping platform. So there's literally a checkbox that companies can click. So if you buy something, all the tracking and everything else comes through that and updates. But ManyChat has a lot more features that are able to be used. Everything from tagging people, like if somebody comes in specifically on an ad. So if you want to run an ad for your gym, whether it's a boot camp, a weight loss, or anything like that, you can send them directly to Messenger through that ad, and they can start interacting. Yeah. And this is something that I want to jump in front of this, because it was a mindset that I had to shift. Because with Messenger, it's not, a lot of businesses haven't embraced yet. Like that's where the customer is going to have a conversation, and anytime I talk to somebody about messenger marketing, it's really about letting that go and saying, okay, I need to be inside a Messenger and have the conversation to take that potential client from where they currently are, whether they need more information, whether it's pricing, or they need to read more articles, or I need to send them videos that may benefit them, and then scaling that ascension ladder to eventually becoming a client of yours. So, which can sometimes take one answer, one response is enough, but really staying inside of that conversation and leading that potential client where they need to go based off of what they're telling you. It's a golden opportunity, because it's like having someone right there in front of you, having that conversation, but you're able to interact with them on a digital platform, so you can provide them content that you may not be able to do in person. Now, on the other side of that, when they come in on a lead generation tool like a Facebook ad, you're able to segment them just like you guys are able to do with Logic, based off of what type of potential clientele they are. You can segment them, and then you can broadcast a message out to them that's specific to what journey they're on, what goals they're trying to achieve. So if it's somebody that's interested in an Olympic lifting clinic. You can make sure to kind of drip information out to him based off that. He's not going to care about weight loss, but if, somebody is trying to get back in shape, they may have an interest on what Becca is doing in terms of nutrition classes and a recent article that she may have written or a recipe. And what we're seeing, Angelo, is we're seeing a 92% open rate. Ooh. I know. And so when we push a notification out, so what ManyChat allows us to do is when somebody sends us a message through Messenger, we're able then to push a notification out to them, and it pops up on their home screen. So wow. Now, I personally don't have notifications turned on from Facebook Messenger. I try to remove a lot of those distractions. I have everything turned off except for text messages. But the majority of people, that little thing pops across the top. And the beautiful thing is since Facebook has all of that information, you can use form code for it. So you can say, hey, first name, and then give your message. And the important thing is to make it very personalized and very real. So instead of sending them an ad type post, you want to make it seem as though you literally sit down and type, hey, Angelo, just a heads up, we're getting ready to launch chocolate peanut butter post-wad, and I want to make sure you get first dibs on it to offer it there to your members.
Wow.
So it becomes a very powerful thing. And the goal is not to get Angelo to buy a whole bunch of stuff, but, okay, Angelo goes then and takes a look at the website. Okay, that's cool. Tell me more about it. So you can create that dialogue, you can create that push, and then pull people back into that conversation. And as long as that interaction is taking place, you guys are winning.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with ManyChat, one of the other really slick things is you can create a sequence, just like with an email sequence, like email 1, email 2, email 3, and you can schedule those based off of the interaction that potential client has. So you can send a notification back, and it can have little buttons that says, the first message could say, hey, appreciate you guys, appreciate you taking a look at O'Hare CrossFit. How can we help? And then you have a button. I want to lose weight. I want to gain muscle. I want to get stronger. I want to get flexible. And then based off of which button they push, you can then start dripping them information over a long period of time. So it doesn't always have to be the first initial response to Messenger and then a push notification out. You can schedule those ahead of time based off of what that person did when they interacted inside of your bot.
That's awesome. This is, what I feel like what this is, the way you're describing it to me, it was what email was 15 years ago.
It's exactly what email was 15 years ago. You're exactly right.
It's awesome.
And the thing is, I'm leaning into this hard because I think in about a year it's going to be old hat. And in fact, I think that the open rates are going to start going down really fast, but it's really a foot race with Messenger. Now, one thing I want to caution you against, and share this with Susie also, is there is currently the option to advertise in Messenger, to message people out, but those run anywhere between 15 to 25 cents per message. Mm-hmm. And I'm still surprised, honestly, that Facebook allows ManyChat to do what it does because of the revenue source that could be there for Facebook Messenger. I think eventually, even though there are over 1 billion active users daily on Messenger, the ManyChat is still inside of their environment doing things that need to be done, like developing those sequences, being able to send a message out with an image. The list goes on and on. You create those sequences without spending any money. But the goal, and this is one of the reasons I want to talk with you about it, you're unbelievable with SOPs. If you can imagine for a second creating, you remember out at the mastermind I showed you how to create that the keyboard replacement on your phone so you can type in a word and it'll preload text?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's how I would go about getting everybody on board with that. I would show all of your coaches how to do that on their phones, whether it's a Droid, pay somebody to do it for them.
But then what happens is when you encourage them and train them, guys, when you get a message, if somebody texts you or sends you a message through Facebook, type in this short code and it'll replace this paragraph. Something to the effect of, guys, we're trying to get streamlined in how we answer these questions about classes, about the WOD, yada, yada, yada. Please click here. And the amazing thing is you can do m.me/ what's your Facebook page? Is it O'Hare CrossFit? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So m.me/ O'Hare CrossFit is a direct URL into your messenger. So if you were to text someone that right now, they click on it, it's going to open Messenger up with O'Hare CrossFit as the 2. So if you can train, all of your coaches to create, one big push in the Messenger to where everybody's funneling into it, and then you can go through and segment those people, whether they're coming in from ads or whether they're coming in from a text message or any and all of that, and have a core group of people answering those questions, which you probably already do anyway. But think how many questions your coaches answer through text and through Facebook. All of those people could be going into that funnel. Then that way you can send them a specific message when you want to.
That's pretty cool. I really like that. This is interesting. I gotta start playing with this thing. Yeah, because definitely I feel like the biggest thing is like spend 2 or 3 weeks kind of just testing this out with some random people that you might know and what the responses would be, and then get that all as canned as you possibly can, or as close to as possible. Because that's like, you know what I mean? We're not gonna, I would love to, if we had the demand, of course, but like just to hire somebody to just sit on Facebook Messenger might be a little bit difficult, but like if we have these canned responses that we can make it easier, it would be super good.
And you can streamline it. You can streamline it through, so like right now, if you go to Driven's Facebook page and you say, in your message says track or tracking, it'll pop up a message that says, hey, thanks for the message. All orders can be tracked by, and then it has the link. So, but one of the things that I'm finding is when we first started working on the bot, we tried to make it as intuitive as possible, but we started getting ahead of the message and overthinking that and trying to predict, like, how will that work? And finally, I just embraced, okay, I'm just going to turn this on and turn on the 2 biggest questions I get. How do I become an affiliate? And how do I track my orders? So those are the 2 big ones. The lion's share of a benefit that we've gotten through the bot is it's great to save time, but being able to push that message out by far outweighs any type of automation that we've seen. And that's the reason I kind of preempted that with if you can realize it's one of the most powerful tools of communication instantly with a potential client, as opposed to a way of kind of creating standard responses to the main questions that we get. I think that the potential ROI on being able to use that as a source of a funnel to flow people through into a potential transaction is an opportunity right now that really isn't being used. So a lot of people are thinking about it from an automation standpoint as opposed to a tool to drive interest and to drive sales.
Yeah. Like for me, like the biggest thing was like, if we could start to, if we're running ads and putting money into Facebook already to generate an audience, to build an audience, or even sell to get to the website, if there's a way that we could bypass that and start the conversation individually right then and there, that's even better.
It is. And the nice thing is
like
once I'm sorry, go ahead.
What? No. You said the one thing. I'm sorry.
Well, the great thing about that is once you have that process, once you kind of develop that inside of messaging, okay, here's how I'm going to respond, whether it's something that can be formatted and duplicated over and over again so the bot is responding, or it takes a personal touch. And that, from what I've seen, it does take a personal touch, at least with our business it does.
Mm-hmm.
Getting more people into it through coaches, through that keyboard replacement of, okay, coach, I don't want you to answer this in a text message, because if you answer that, we're never going to see that customer again. Let's get them inside of that funnel so we can start flowing them through the conversation the way that we want them to go. I think that's where you have a lot of potential power.
Mm-hmm. This is cool. It's funny. It's like I almost don't wish I was leaving the house. Like if I was just for the next week, but I'll share all this stuff with Susie, and if you could, the recording also, and that way, at least when I get back, we could already have like a set kind of idea of what we're going to do and where we're going to start working with this. But I really have a strong feeling that, like you said, like this is where people are right now, but the way things move today, they're right now is literally right now.
Yeah. It's a foot race to get people inside a messenger.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna try to do.
So here's 2 bits of unsolicited advice. Like, okay, hey, go do this now, because in a week you'll wish that you had. Just go to manychat.com, MANYCHAT, turn it on because it's free, and as soon as you connect it to O'Hare CrossFit, so the bots suck, because anybody that's ever messaged your page, I want to go over this, because there's the shitty part of the message, and then, okay, here's how we fix it. So as soon as you connect that bot, anyone that messages you from that point forward is inside of that bot. You can send them a message. Anybody that has sent you a message before is not in that bot.
Yeah.
So that's why like now go turn it on. Even if you only get 2 subscribers for the next week, at least it's on. It's one less thing to think about, and you're moving forward. But when you are ready, here's how you get people back into the messenger. You go through every single message, starting in the most recent, because they're going to be the highest converting. Starting at the most recent, and find a way to get them, whether it's asking them a question, but get them to interact with Messenger. Because you can go into your Facebook Messenger through Facebook or the app, the Pages app, and you can send them a message manually. But do something to get them to interact. As soon as they do, you're automatically flooding that funnel.
Got it.
And if there was 2 bits of advice that I would say, have this done while you're gone. Turn on ManyChat, and then just ask Susie, go through and try to get those people to start dialogue. You don't need to figure out how to communicate back and forth with them, but really, and Susie, hi, I hope you listen to this. How you doing? Really find a way to start communicating through that medium. And as she's doing that, as you're doing that, Susie, you're going to find that you'll start understanding what are the main questions and how that natural ebb and flow should go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's some actionable things that can get done right away, and it's very simple. And then when you get back, hopefully you have a couple hundred people inside of there. And the coaches have been pushing people in the meantime and everything else.
That's awesome. I really appreciate this. Yeah, this is going to be really cool. I'm going to pass this and the recording on to Susie and have her start really digging into all this. And I really, like I said, I think this is, we're putting money into Facebook. We might as well be talking to people then too.
Yep, exactly.
Beautiful. Awesome. I mean, thanks for taking some time and helping me understand this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I enjoy it. I like these mental exercises. Pass along hello to Susie, and please let her know she's welcome to reach out and give me a call when she's setting this up. I'm happy to kind of go through and show her a few things as far as where the sequences are, keywords, because once you get in it and you kind of understand it, it's simple, but at first it's a little bit overwhelming, but I still encourage everybody, just go turn it on and then walk away. At least it'll start collecting that information. But brother, have a great trip to Italy.
Thanks on that. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For more information about Driven Nutrition, head over to www.drivennutrition.com.